Hey guys, welcome to Black Angus Reviews. Just woke up. It's about 9:30 a.m. here in Columbus area, Ohio. A couple hours, going to have the first outings out here for the first full day of Captain Marvel. And I will be keeping track of that while I'm working on some other videos. Funny stuff here. I looked up if there was a list of MCU rankings, because I've seen Harry Potter and Star Wars list for Rotten Tomatoes reviews, scores. And so this is from Time. It's about 2 weeks old. They did worst to first. And, of course, the worst here, number 20, is Thor: The Dark World with a score of 66% critical review. And I feel it's fair and understandable. And if that's your bottom tier film critically, I think you're doing well. Especially with the recent Oscar nomination, which, you know, is debatable if it's earned. But, yeah. All right, so let's take a look. Let's dive further. All right, because I was curious about the audience scores. All right, so you got Iron Man, great film. I think equal and opposite to Dark Knight. I think they both say something about the time period they came out in with the Middle Eastern conflicts that I was a part of towards the end of the Afghan War. And they say, I think, or not apolitically per se, but they address these time periods, or this time period, in a way that isn't trying to skew your politics or something. It's just kind of presenting this as an obstacle, and it's like, well, you know, how should someone deal with this, you know, in a very grand, over-exaggerated way, being a superhero. So yeah, you see the critical and audience score, pretty even. All right, so let's go through here. Hulk, one of the films that, in the series I just refuse to own. I think it's awful and forgettable. All it does is set up Colonel Stryker. Yeah, could do without it. Iron Man 2. All right, 2-point difference. All right. Yeah, clearly a drop off in quality, but I think it's still a solid film. I recently rewatched it, and I think I like it. You know, still, it feels like a comic movie. You know, it feels fun. It feels like they're adapting some wacky stuff, but you know, it's still got the heart of the character there. All right, Thor, surprisingly, higher than Iron Man 2. I think it's debatable, but you see, there's general agreement with the audience. And, you know, it's the first kind of really pushing the envelope what they might be doing with the MCU. I didn't realize it came out before Captain America. Thor's the first MCU movie I saw in theaters. But yeah, Captain America, 6-point difference. I'm surprised. I thought it'd be, you know, inverted, but yeah, critics like a little more than the audience. I think it is towards the bottom of the list of the MCU movies. And then you really jump up 12 points here critically to Avengers, which really I think is the weakest in this first phase of movies as far as character building or anything. But this is kind of a culmination event, and it's kind of changed the game. And showed DC, oh god, we fucked up. Why did we not make that Justice League movie? Iron Man 3, I think a drop off from the second one, but general agreement with the audience, and given the character direction, I think I can understand the critical response. I like the twist of the Mandarin, even if comic book nerds hate it. I don't know Iron Man comics, so I buy it. I just don't like Guy Pearce as the actual guy behind the fake out. Yeah, again, this is the worst reviewed MCU movie, Thor: The Dark World. Surprisingly, a 9-point difference with the audience. I'm surprised 3/4 of the audience likes the movie. I thought it'd be a little too out there for people to like. And then you jump up quickly again to Captain America: Winter Soldier. Great, solid film. And you have continued success critically with Guardians of the Galaxy. Avengers: Age of Ultron. This is kind of surprising. I would feel that this would, I would assume it'd be like 70 or less for the audience. Still likable, but it seemed like they were kind of losing the audience. And you keep adding these solo films with Ant-Man, which is a good heist film and zany and out there. But, yeah, and then Civil War kind of got me back really devoted to the MCU. And good parody there as well. Doctor Strange, I thought was a bore, at least on second viewing, and going forward. Guardians too, a little drop off, but it's consistency. Yeah, and you see here, you know, whether it's above or below, there's, you know, usually no more than like a 6-point difference in audience and critics. Thor, about a 5-point difference. Great new direction for Thor and for the MCU. And then Black Panther, this is where you see like some real disparity. It's an 18-point difference, but still, overall, people liked it about 80%. So, you know, 8 out of 10 in the audience. And, of course, it did better than Infinity War in the American box office. And look at that. It's my favorite MCU movie. Yeah, 9 out of 10 loved it. Ant-Man and the Wasp, a bit of a drop-off audience score-wise, 77. I think it's quite forgettable. Besides, I guess, introducing this whole, like, in-depth look at the quantum realm aspect, that will probably be the saving grace for the Avengers against Thanos. And then, whoa! What is that? Look at that. This is what your franchise looks like with one dose of feminism. And from, you know, kind of objective or kind of shilly reviews I'm getting, that the feminism of this movie is just like, if that's your attempt, weak as fuck. Now, I will admit, I think the score is a bit skewed, maybe over-exaggerated to my side of the entertainment aisle with this whole Rotten Tomatoes argument. I called for a review bombing with anyone that sees my video. I don't care if you've seen this movie. There's a stand to be made against this website, and I think this will be a film that you look back and like, yeah, that's what broke Rotten Tomatoes, or that's what, you know, made them right the ship. Hopefully, it's to right the ship. I don't want to lose outlets. But you see that 50-point parity, 49. I know how to do math, but 50-point parity compared to, you know, you see the critical score, you got 65 Metacritic and pretty much the same at IMDb, but then Rotten Tomatoes, it's got like 15 points higher, 16 points higher. And what's funny too is this movie here, Fighting with My Family. I just saw it the other day, and good God, is it good? It's been out a couple weeks. And it's at a 91% Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know the audience score, but I hate wrestling. And I was just blown away by it. Yet, I'm not seeing anything from these SJW weirdos supporting a true story about a, that's critically acclaimed, about essentially a white trash girl in England becoming a WWE diva. You know, she's got the looks, and she can kick ass, and yeah, she can kick her brother's ass, you know, and she actually does better than him in their wrestling pursuits, yet no one's talking about it. And yeah, I think that just this is a perfect example of what we're talking about. They try to indict us with strong woman crap, and yet they don't support actual strong women that are well cast. So yeah, I'm going to keep track of this Rotten Tomatoes thing. I find it hilarious. I just, God, I didn't, you know, yesterday it was at 59, then to 63. And so I did not expect it. I thought maybe it might be at 50 even. But wow. Wow, people. This is telling. There is going to be no fucking word of mouth for this movie. Even if you adjust it for, you know, quote-unquote trolls and bots like me. I don't see this getting over 55% audience score with that type of review. And if I'm correct, when I was looking, I think there's like 58,000 scorings on this film. So more than Solo, that actually got better feedback once the movie came out, despite the soycott. So yeah, that's all I got for you. Let me know what you think of all this, and talk to you later.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and check out my ever-growing list of friends in the Fandom Collective. Want to follow me on Twitter and wreck some SJWs? Cool. It's @AngusReviews. Let's chat.